Intro music was absolutely beautiful. Welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch. I've been wanting to do this game for a very long time. My sister has been asking me for over a year to do it. She says, I want to watch you play this game, I want to see a reaction, so here we are. First thing I gotta say is, this game is absolutely gorgeous. Looks like we got some flowers.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
That's a house? It looks like a giant tower. This game looks absolutely gorgeous though, like, this is great. This is a little mailbox. Aureus Island Gazette.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Huh.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
That's cool.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Wow. I already love this.
I wouldn't have driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, it's a deer. It's a nice buck.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
You lived in this house? Wow. Washington. Okay. Yeah, this place has definitely been abandoned for years.
The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I feel like this is gonna get deep. Well, here we go. Oh, we're going through the cat door. Okay.
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Yeah, it's definitely been abandoned.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
So, on the left must be her mom. Yeah, Dawn, Edith, Eddie, Lewis. Was Lewis her brother? Right, he looks too young to be a father. That's definitely her grandma, Eddie. Or Edie, however you want to say it. Dawn, definitely her mom. And Edith right there. In loving memory, Lewis Finch, December 27th, 1988 to November 21st, 2010. Beloved brother to Edith. Son of Dawn, great-grandson to Eddie. Memorial service, Finch Family Cemetery, 2141 Fireweed Road. Oh, that was her brother. Lewis was her brother. How long did he live for? Oh, he didn't live long at all. Damn.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh, did he go missing? Well, we're gonna explore first before we go into that room. Let's check out the downstairs, rest of the downstairs. I gotta physically turn it.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch. We have the key. Looks like that's it. Should we go up? Let's go upstairs first.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Did she?
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh, there's a lot of rooms here. Okay, so I guess we can't go. Yeah, we can't go into these, Alvin, 1950 to 1961. Gregory, 1976 to 1977. Sven, Edie. Sven Hofs. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. 1950 to 1964. Edie, 1917 to 2010. Yeah, so I guess we're going to have to get all these keys and stuff.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch, my friend Bigfoot. Oh, that was cool. She was in a movie.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange looking house. Keeps going.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Something going up there.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's definitely cool in here.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Ooh. Hold on. I don't think we can go in that room downstairs yet anyway, so we'll go in here.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
This is a cool little
Reading
hideout.
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Another room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Alright, so this is Molly's room.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Oh no.
I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Are we Molly now? Oh no.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind
No. Oh. No. No.
it. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Not Christopher. It just got really dark. Oh, we're so short.
I kept eating and eating.
No. Oh.
I ate a lot of things that night.
No, those are fake. Oh.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
You better not eat the
I
bird.
reached out for her. And suddenly,
Oh, what the?
I was a cat.
What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, this is so cool.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
That's Mom and Dad over there.
I jumped and I almost got her.
What is this? Can I get on a table?
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Oh.
I gobbled her up. and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh my god, so she's dreaming right now?
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh my god, it's eating the whole rabbit.
And I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? Oh. Gotta try to get the water here. We're no good on land.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I see something right there. Looks like a seal.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What am I, a snake? Oh man.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh
I was
no.
big, but I moved real quiet.
Just ate that guy right up.
I wanted to stop it, but also I didn't.
He's gonna eat the captain.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. To cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
We're still the snake.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Okay, hold on. We gotta get out of here. There we go. Are we back in her house?
I got closer and closer.
Oh, we're in her room. Oh no.
all of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Wow. So basically her mother was malnourished if she was that hungry.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I think what we can take out of that was Molly was malnourished. Wow, that's
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I might be wrong, but that's what I'm taking from it.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Buries the latest victims of the family curse. So the mom died while giving birth to his son.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Haha, no kidding.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Is this where the house was built?
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Huh. Oh.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So we have so many people, we have to find out what kind of happened to them. So Molly died when she was 10 years old. 1937 to 1947. Odin lived. Oh, he lived a little bit. Right. Can't leave yet.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Look at this bathroom. Are we pregnant? I think we're pregnant.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, definitely, oh, we have another. There's a secret in this bathroom. They really like these doors, huh?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Wow.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, he definitely liked the camera. Took some good pictures. Here's the buck. So this is Calvin's room. There must be a little Calvin there. Sam Finch, most improved player. There's Sam. Certificate of... I can't read that. Oh, certificate of acceptance, maybe? For the Marine Corps? So he went into the Marines.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Why did he not talk about him?
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh, Calvin only lasted until he was 11.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Why do you only have one shoe on? Oh, could you? Okay.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
I don't really
But
like
that
how
day,
far this goes over
he
the...
finally made up his mind to do it.
Do what? Don't tell me he
I
jumps.
told him going around was impossible.
Oh no, the branch
Maybe
is
if
gonna...
I hadn't said that.
I think the branch is gonna break. Oh no.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made
no.
up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh my god.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh my god. That's absolutely terrible.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom
Why?
said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh my god. What do you know? Another hidden door. This is
The passages were a pretty tight
this is
fit.
very intense.
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Alright, so now we gotta know the passage to get in here.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, so she was a kid when she was in the movie.
I never
But what
thought
happened?
about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But
That's
in
not
a
very
lucky
nice.
break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Oh my god.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
No.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
This is cool. That wasn't cool, Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Ooh.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Get that motherfucker!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story.
Oh no, was this her boyfriend?
Over yet.
I have a feeling this might be her boyfriend. Wait, where did he go?
She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no. Behind you, Barbara! Wait.
Oh dear.
Oh, this was all a setup.
Come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Does she scream?
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh my god.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I love comics. They're my favorite. What was that?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Okay. We can't get into these doors, right? Oh, it's getting dark in here. That's a cool way of opening the basement. So then,
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
what were in those packages?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned
Another
out she was
secret
hiding a lot
door.
more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Grape jelly, pea soup. Oh, you had like a fallout shelter down here. Beef. Oh, beans. Cereal.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
We're gonna learn Walter's story.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
It's eating peaches.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Do you guys think he was going crazy? Like, obviously there's no monster, but do you think he had some type of, like, mental illness?
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Schizophrenia, maybe?
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin.
No, what are we doing?
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Huh. I think he was battling, like, schizophrenia or something. He didn't go through that much food. I mean, I guess these top shelves are empty.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Could you imagine, like, just isolating yourself in this one room with this radio that doesn't work anymore? All you have are these books and a little train and a fake picture of the outside. That's depressing.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
What else didn't she tell you?
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Just all of his cans and stuff. Yeah.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Walter, 1952 to 2005.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
His family definitely had some issues.
But I thought you should know about your family.
But I thought you should know about your family. She's doing this for her baby. I knew she was pregnant. She's doing this for her baby.
And the history you're a part of.
What is over there?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Oh, this is where he died. The boy. This is where Calvin died. He probably, honestly, he probably dropped right there. That blows.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't.
What kind of
so
family finishes
unfortunate.
building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh no.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zoe, 1962 to 1970. She was 8. Wait, are all these the... Oh, all these are pets. Damn! Zoe lasted 8. Coco lasted 5. Tucker lasted 4. Charlie lasted 4. Daisy lasted 7. Lucy actually lasted... Lucy was a dog. Lucy actually lasted 12? No, 13 years. Derpy Jr., I can't really read these. That looks like 6 years. No. That's 8 years. Oh yeah, some of these lasted for a while.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch, born December 11th, 1937, died December 13, 1947. 10 years Molly lasted. Calvin, born April 25th, 1950, died September 23rd, 1961. He was 11. Sven, June 17th, 1915, August 26th, 1964. Edie, born April 8th, 1917, died December 5th, 2010. Walter Finch, born August 26, 1952, died March 31st, 2005. Barbara Finch, born October 31st, 1944, died October 31st, 1960.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, hold on. No, I want to look back at it. Why only give me 1 second?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Wow. Gregory Finch, born January 12, 1976, died December 1977. Sam Finch, born April 25, 1950, died July 16, 1983. Gus Finch, born June 20th, 1969, died November 8, 1982. There were so many deaths in this family, and most of them didn't last over 35 years.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton Finch doesn't have a died.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
22 weeks pregnant, huh?
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Sam, 1950 to 1983. He was in the Marine. Oh, this was the kid. This was the one that was in the Marine Corps.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a honey trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
She doesn't let me... When I zoom in,
It's too
she
early,
closes
Dad.
the book.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Odin Finch National Park.
Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Can't really get a good angle here.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that wasn't it. Oh, here we go. Bird.
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Oh, here we go.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
He's taking a piss.
Won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Oh, the buck.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Oh,
Great shot, Dawn!
that's awesome. She's crying. Oh, I gotta run.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
He died from a deer pushing him off the ledge. He was a great guy too. He turned out
Sam spent his
great.
life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Oh my god. No, I don't want to go back in.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, Gregory was the one that died as a baby, right? Divorce contract. Kay, Carly, Carlisle, and Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
No! No, 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 no! No, 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 you don't leave the water in the baby.
Right now.
Hey! Oh, we gotta get that over there. Yeah! Bubbles!
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Oh, I'm glad nothing happened here.
If I hadn't called that night.
Wait.
Damn it.
Oh no!
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
No, 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 no! Is he gonna turn the water on?
I wish you could have told us.
No! No, 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 no! No! No, 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 no!
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything.
No. This is him drowning now.
know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
Wait, but didn't she pull the thing up?
Okay.
She pulled.
Sam.
She pulled the water stopper up though, unless it went back in. Oh my god. That's terrible. Race flag 7:30 a.m. Breakfast 8 a.m. Quiet time 11 p.m. Duties: Dawn sweep trash, Gus mop mow yard, Greg be a baby. Routine: jump rope 100 times, jumping jacks 150, push-ups 100, crunches 100, run to mailbox and back. Wow, so they had him on a strict... I don't know if this is a good idea for a pregnant woman.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
That's Dawn.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Oh, right
My
here.
mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Little garden up here.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
A little bigger. The house is already huge.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Oh, they were homeschooled? Edith, Barbara, Sam. Our family history.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Gave him a castle. That's a cool little spot. Oh, all these doors are sealed. Oh. That's a nice drawing. Milton, 1992.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Wow, that was actually really good.
I
1992
was
to
4 when Milton
2003.
disappeared.
We only have Gus, Dawn, and Lewis left, and Edie. Wow.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
There's just too many bad things that have happened, man.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Whatever Milton found in the house. What did he find?
I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Ah, now this is my type of room right here.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Those are awesome paintings.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
High school diploma.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
This is hard to
feel his
do.
way about. Then something moved.
Trying to do two things at once here.
Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
I'm going. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Ooh.
But he found something more.
Oh no.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Yeah, you can't be daydreaming when there's a giant saw going down right there.
I spoke with his boss. but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Focus?
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Oh,
I
it's
even
starting to take
encouraged
up. It's starting to take up.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
And he's doing all this while he's working. His mind is just
He talked
somewhere
about
else.
starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
That's an imagination.
He
Like,
held an
that's
election for mayor,
creative.
and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh man. He's starting to not hear work either.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville,
Like you can barely hear the background now.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
The guy's like, you need to go home.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh my god. He's so...
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh, shh.
But he was so proud of having created it.
This is
In
crazy.
his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
This is so cool, though.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, he's finally going home. So, in my own opinion, you guys could have another opinion, but I think he had like ADHD a little bit, where like he always had to be doing something else. He couldn't stand still, and I don't know. I know what it's called, but I can't remember what it is. What is it? Where he's just like, he's not in reality. Like he thinks his mind is what's actually going on. He doesn't know what's real and what's not.
He began to forget the world we know.
Yeah.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Is this gonna be his third person? Like, is this gonna be like himself right here?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yeah, it is. Finch, Lewis, what are you doing? You're not even. You're not even doing anything, my guy. Are you all right?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Thank you, thank you. So glad you could all be here. Thank you.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
This better not be a guy with long hair.
Left to do.
Oh, it's just a.
Bend down his head.
What? No, I don't think we should do this.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh my God.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So did he put his head In the chopper? Oh my god. He couldn't take reality anymore. He didn't know what would, honestly, he probably didn't know what was real, what was not. His imagination was just taking him. Oh my god. That's terrible.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Everything's just a disaster.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What happened?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, we're small again. Oh, this is us. This is us. We missed Eddie though. We didn't get anything on Eddie. We got everyone else. So this is us. This is our story now. This is our room. Oh no.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"Oh, it's Edie."
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh no. You left me a present in the hallway.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
What?
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
The History of Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Oh, that's
God,
crazy.
it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
What?
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh no.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
My grandma.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Come on, I wanted to know the rest of the story.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot.
Oh, no.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Oh.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
She's being born.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it.
What?
It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What? Oh my god. She died giving birth. for Shirley Dallas. I did not see that coming. She died giving birth to her son. The curse must be a real thing. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of mind baffled right now. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, there's a lot of people in this family that went through a lot of issues mentally, and at the time that this game was made, like in the 80s, like there's people born in the 80s, early 90s, like the health system wasn't as good as it is now, and they just weren't able to catch it, and some deaths that occurred in the family just could have been completely disregarded and like didn't have to happen. That's crazy. I don't even know. The story was beautiful. The story was amazing. The graphics are great. But this game kind of just like hits you on a different level, and I don't know, it's just... Only thing I can say is that this game might affect some people, and if you are struggling, there is help out there, I promise you. But wow, this was an amazing game, and I'm so glad my sister recommended it to me, because I haven't played a game like this in forever, and I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you guys for being here on this journey with me. But wow. I really wish we could have seen what happened, what was in that book that the mom just took away from us. That sucks that she died. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this gameplay with me. If there's any other games you'd like me to play, I'm more than down to do it, but this was definitely one to remember. I truly hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.